How's it going, everyone? SteelScizor here, bringing you guys another top 10 video. So this is our second in our series, and I feel that a lot of you guys have been asking for this for a long time. So I figured now that we have the top 10 series going, that it would just kind of start it off strong with our episode number 2 in the series, and we were going to do my top 10 favorite cards that I own. So these do not count anything that are not currently in my collection. As you can see in the background, I've put up some of, I don't know, my more rare cards, I guess. Not necessarily my favorites because I have them off to the side here. But we're going to start with our honorable mentions. So the honorable mentions, starting off, now I'm sure these are going to change once Sun and Moon base set comes out and I get a chance to open some because there's some amazing cards in that set. But at the moment, I have here as my first honorable mention, if you guys watched the latest Horde, we did pull this Solgaleo Hyper Rare from the box, and it is absolutely stunning. I love these Hyper Rares, and I really hope they bring all of the Hyper Rares to our Sun and Moon English base set. But this is definitely one of my favorite cards that I own, and it's just outside my top 10. The second honorable mention is my Crystal Lugia. I actually have 2 of these, but I did not pull either, so that's mainly why they aren't in my top 10. Most of my top 10 are ones that I have pulled. I say most, there's a couple that aren't, and I will explain when we get there, but my third honorable mention, actually this one counts as 2 because I have both the Mario and Luigi Pikachu cards here, and I think they are absolutely amazing. I love when they do this kind of stuff. When they, I don't know, when, like you saw, I think Ash Pikachu level X was a thing, and I don't know, stuff like that. I love when they have cards that you would never expect. Like, whoever expected a Mario and Luigi Pikachu full art? Those are absolutely awesome. But let's get right in, now that we are done with our honorable mentions, into number 10. Number 10 is my Charizard Secret Rare from Plasma Storm. So, I didn't pull this card, but I've wanted it for so long, and I got it for such a good deal, and it's in pretty good shape. I mean, you don't see any defects on the back or anything. And I got it for like $30 like a year ago. And I've always loved Shiny Charizard. I really don't like how they made Mega Charizard X like the regular shiny or something. I don't know. I don't really care for what they did there, but you cannot deny that this is a fantastic card, especially with like the fire symbol there on the bottom. Really brings out, I don't know, when you see a rare card, it doesn't usually bring out this part here, like the text and stuff. They usually focus on the picture, which they did. It's powerful art and it's definitely shiny up there, but that flame also brings, it just makes the whole card pop. But let's move on to our number 9. Coming in at number 9, we have the Rockets Scizor EX from EX Team Rocket Returns. Now, if you guys don't like the Rockets cards, then you are out of your mind. There's tons of Rockets EX cards. I shouldn't say tons. It's just this set, but there's a few. And you can go back, and there's like the Dark Gyarados and Dark other cards that are in this set hollow. They're hollows. They're absolutely amazing. They're all, I don't know, they look like Team Rocket. And you guys know I love Scizor, obviously changing my name to SteelScizor. And it just is a card that I've wanted forever. This card was actually traded to me by a friend, but definitely one of my favorite older EX cards. Let's move on to number 8. Coming in at number 8, I kind of cheated again because I have the Gyarados and Magikarp Poncho Pikachu full arts. We opened this box on my channel way back, like before Ancient Origins was a thing. I believe Ancient Origins was the set that's in this, that's in like this promo box or whatever. So I don't know, it's just something I've had for a long time, and one of my better openings on the channel when I was smaller, like 500 subs or 300 subs, something like that. I can't even remember. But they've been around in my collection forever. And the sleeves that came with these, I don't currently have them in the sleeves, but the sleeves are like, I don't know, they look really cool. I think I have the sealed pack, and there's like a deck box and stuff that came with it. I don't know, just some very awesome cards. Let me know if you guys have any of these. There's other Poncho Pikachus too. I think there's like a Rayquaza and a shiny Rayquaza, and there's another one too that I can't remember at the moment. But let's move on to number 7. At the number 7 spot, we have my Gold Star Delta Species Charizard. So this is another card I didn't pull. I mean, to pull this card would be absolutely insane. I've actually only ever pulled one Gold Star in my life, and that was in our second Horde. We pulled the Vaporeon Gold Star. But this Charizard, once again you see the shiny Charizard, which looks fantastic. And then of course you see all the flames around him. I don't know, the flames look so much more realistic than you would expect from a Pokemon card. But it's definitely up there for, I don't know, like best Charizard cards of all time. I don't know. It's up there for me anyway. What are your guys' favorite Charizard cards? Let's move on to number 6. At number 6, I put the Suicune Gold Star. So it was kind of a, I don't know, it's kind of up and down whether I wanted to put this one ahead of the Charizard or not, because you guys know I love Suicune too. He's definitely in my top 5 favorite Pokemon of all time. And I think the reason it beat Charizard was because there's not a lot of Suicune cards out there that are rare, I guess. I mean, you have like the Rocket, I think it's a Rocket Suicune EX. It's probably the next most rare Suicune card that I can think of. This is probably the most rare Suicune card. I don't think there's anything that trumps the Suicune Gold Star. I really wish they would bring out a Suicune Full Art or Secret Rare, I don't know, even just an EX or something. I wish they would. But nothing from Black and White to now that we don't have a Suicune EX. We have an Entei and a Raikou, just no Suicune. Let's move on to number 5. At number 5, I am putting the 10th anniversary Pikachu Full Art. So this came in a box, I think it was specifically just for the card. It's like a 10th anniversary box. But it's, I think, the first Full Art Pikachu ever. I'm pretty sure it is. And it's also a promo. And it's just one of the more expensive cards, like one of my, probably my first expensive card that I bought. I think I got it for like 80 bucks or something like that. But it's the first time I put a lot of money into one card, so it kind of has that sentimental feel. Definitely a card I'm going to be keeping forever. I'm never trading this thing. I think it looks fantastic. I love how serious Pikachu looks. Let's move on to number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have this TV reporter signed by Ken Sugimori. So I did not meet Ken Sugimori, but this is just one of the most unique cards I own. To have something signed by him, and it's definitely his signature. I've found his real signature online and compared it to this, and it is pristine. This is it. It was in a bunch of autographed cards. There was some from, I can't remember the guy's name, but his last name is Arita. He's another artist for the cards. It was on a War Turtle pre-release, and there was a couple actually other Ken Sugimori ones. But I sold those ones and just kept this one for myself. I didn't need more than one. But I don't know, it's kind of cool to see it on a TV reporter, a card that you don't really see ever. I think it's from EX Dragon, so it's definitely old. You can see the 2003 at the bottom there. But definitely one of my favorite and more unique cards in my collection as a whole. At number 3, we have Lugia EX. So you guys know, if you watched, I believe it's my second Horde, we pulled this out of an Unseen Forces pack that I personally thought were going to be Wade. So it shook me so much that I actually pulled this out of Unseen Forces. I think we got this and a Politoed EX. I believe so. I believe that's what we pulled out of our like 40 Unseen Forces packs, which is crazy that we actually pulled this card, the one that I wanted the most. And it has that sentimental feel to me. A lot of these cards, the reason they're in my top 10 is because they have that sentimental feel. Not necessarily because they're the most rare cards or that they're the most expensive cards. Not to say that these cards aren't rare or expensive, but that just is what helps it make them my favorite cards, is that they hold that like sentimental value to me. We're getting down to it. At number 2, I have my Crystal Charizard. So I got this in a lot of cards a long time ago, and it is like the most mint Charizard that I think I've ever seen. Like, I don't see anything wrong with this card. I really want to send it in to get graded, but I'm so nervous because the card is so stupid expensive, and I just can't bear to like ship it off and not know where it's at for a certain amount of time, and it just kills me because I really want to get it graded. I mean, look at the back of this thing. You can't tell me that there's anything wrong with that card. That's on the sleeve. I don't know. It is probably one of the most mint cards in my collection overall. I've never seen anything this mint. And it's just a fantastic card, and one of the more, it's probably the rarest card in my collection, to be completely honest. And I don't know, it's just something that's never going to leave my collection, and it'll always be here. And at the number one spot, I'm sure most of you guys have guessed it by now, or not if you haven't been here for a while and you haven't heard me talk about it, or you haven't seen my hunt for the Lugia EX Full Art episode. So it is the Lugia EX Full Art, but it's not just any Lugia EX Full Art. I have actually 5 of these guys, including this one, but I have marked this one because this one is the one that took me 9 boxes to pull. So back in the day when I didn't even have 1,000 subscribers, we did a hunt for the Lugia EX Full Art, which took us 9 boxes. I think it was like 45 episodes. It took us of like 4 packs an episode or something, and then I ended up not even getting it in one of those episodes. I got it in a booster box battle with a friend, but it was just, after all that time, it's like when you're shiny hunting, and it takes you forever to get a shiny, and you finally get one. It becomes memorable, and it becomes like one of the most standalone things in your mind at that moment, and this one has just held on to it. Like, I've held on to it forever, and I've always had it marked. It's swapped cases a few times and stuff, but I always remember to mark the cases that it is this specific Lugia EX Full Art, not just any, has to be this one. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this top 10, seeing my top 10 favorite cards, and let me know your top 10 favorite cards, or if you just want to give a few down in the comments section. I will try to reply to as many people as I can. I always try, and I'm pretty curious to see your guys' favorite cards. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.